Hey, welcome back to Livin' MN Outdoors, and thanks for joining us for Get Livin' in the Word. Today we're going to be talking about guarding our thoughts, our words, and where we go. It's very important as a Christian that we think about where we're going, what we're going to do, what we're talking about, or even what we're thinking about. Because it all comes down to you are what you think, you are what you do, and you are where you're hanging out. So let's have Rachel read our first scripture verse and we'll go from there.
So the first verse is Proverbs 4:23, and that says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life."
So guys, it's talking about guarding your heart. And not your physical heart, but your thoughts. What's coming into your body as far as what are you thinking about? What are you putting your attention on? It's very important that we're thinking good and wholesome thoughts. That we're not setting ourselves up for failure by thinking unwholesome things. We want to be always thinking about what's going to honor God. As a Christian, that should be very important to us. So let's have Rachel read our second scripture.
Psalm 17:3 says, "Though you probe my heart and examine me at night, though you test me, you will find nothing. I have resolved that my mouth will not sin."
So guys, this scripture is talking about, it's David here writing this psalm. And he's talking about being examined for the words he's speaking. As a Christian man, David wanted to make sure he was speaking good, wholesome words. David wasn't a perfect man, as we learn in the Bible. He made his mistakes, but here he's talking about how he's striving to only let wholesome things come out of his mouth, and he's trying to honor God by the way he speaks and the things he says. So we'll read our third scripture and dig into that.
Psalm 17:5 says, "My steps have held to your paths, my feet have not slipped."
So once again, this is David here in Psalms, and it's talking about where he's going, that his feet are following God's path. As Christians, we need to be careful where we go, where we're hanging out, who we're hanging out with. And this verse is talking about following God's path for us, being careful where we're walking, where we're hanging out, what we're setting ourselves up for. We need to not lead ourselves into temptation by the places we go. We need to hang out with good, wholesome people, go to activities that are good and wholesome, and maybe that includes the movie theater, or what type of restaurant / bars we're hanging around. But it can be all kinds of different things, and we need to strive to guard ourselves with where we're hanging out. So we touched on the three things today: what we're thinking about, what we're talking about, and where we're going. So my challenge for you this week is think of those three things and see if there's room for improvement in your life. I know there is in mine, and I'm sure there's room in all of our lives for improvement on that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. Please hit that like button, consider sharing it with a friend, and we hope to see you on the next one. And don't forget to get on out there and get living.